Ever since it was revealed who was going to be on Team Champa and the Universe 6 team, the entire community has been abuzz trying to figure out who the strongest was going to be and what the big mysteries were behind these characters and what they would bring to the table. Well, now as we approach the big finale of the tournament in Dragon Ball Super, we have a much clearer picture about who the strongest fighter of Universe 6 is and the power of the other four. So on this video, I'm going to get together with Dragon Ball Nation as we rank the Universe 6 fighters from strongest to weakest and tell you why next. Don't forget to subscribe and spread the word about this video, and check out my Instagram at GeekdomBigD. As we rapidly approach the big finale of the Universe 6 tournament, we now have a much clearer picture about how to rank the Dragon Ball Super Universe 6 Team Champa fighters. We're talking about Hit, we're talking about Vegeta, we're talking about Kaba, we're talking about Frost, we're talking about Botamo. So on this video, I thought we'd take a fun little look at what we've seen in Dragon Ball Super thus far, specifically Team Champa. Not the entirety of Universe 6, because unfortunately, as of this recording and as of right now in Dragon Ball Super, we haven't seen all of Universe 6 yet, but just these 5 fighters that we have, who we were all curious about months ago, we now really have an answer and can really kind of discuss and talk. But then again, the question is, do we really have an answer? Because some of these are a little bit iffy. But joining me, of course, the king of power scaling, please welcome back to the channel, Dragon Ball Nation, also known as Josh.
Hey guys, glad to be here.
What's up? Welcome back to Dragon Ball Nation. So, if you haven't subscribed to Josh, go ahead and click his link to subscribe in the description down below. Josh does daily Dragon Ball content. He does playthroughs. He does discussions with several different people of the community. He's got a video out about the sexiest women in Dragon Ball. You'll definitely want to go check that out. So, definitely click down below. So, Josh, let's talk about some power scaling here. Again, we're only going to focus on the 5 guys in Universe 6. Hit, Vegeta, Botamo, Super Saiyan Kaba, Frost, etc. We'll talk about Kaba because that's an iffy one right there. But I'm sure most of us kind of expected, based upon the promotional art that we got early, that Hit was going to be a special guy and the strongest one. And if Dragon Ball Super Episode 38 is any indication of that, Hit is without question the strongest guy on the Universe 6 team. Now, I don't want to power scale as far as comparing him to Beerus, Champa, Whis, Vados, Goku, Vegeta, Piccolo. I want to just compare the 5 Universe 6 guys. I want to do that first and not really worry about the other guys, just the 5 guys that Champa recruited. Without question, I would say that Hit is the strongest. I mean, he's sitting there eating SS Blue Vegeta alive, which nobody else has even been able to do, including Golden Frieza. Nobody's been able to compete with Blue Vegeta. And of course, to remind everybody, this is Blue Vegeta, not even from Resurrection F. This is SS Blue Vegeta after 3 years training in the Room of Spirit and Time. Hit comes in there and owns him. So without question, when you look at the pyramid of Universe 6, Hit's at the very top.
No question, honestly. It was a bloodbath, really.
Yeah, it was a massacre. Now, obviously Hit's number 1. Let's travel down the pyramid. Who's next? Because based on what we saw, there's only 2 possible guys who could be the second strongest. One is Vegeta, one is Botamo. We saw Vegeta challenge Vegeta tremendously with, of course, his lava attack. And I don't even know if we even saw the full potential of Vegeta, because he was really, really close to burning Vegeta up. Now, obviously, you can always say, well, Vegeta had the God form in his back pocket, and he did. But like I said, we're not comparing the 7 to 6 guys, just the 6 guys. But to me, the most impressive, based on feats, based on what was said, would probably be Vegeta. Do you agree with that, or do you think there's a case for Botamo? And the reason why... Go ahead, you first.
Well, no, I think that it's, as far as giving a, Vegeta the run for his money, Vegeta was, in fact, the second most difficult or the second strongest. He was pretty much indestructible. And that blast that, the lava he shot, as far as pure strength, he was, combating Vegeta's blast very, very well, and something that, Frost would not be able to do. Obviously, we didn't see him fight Frost, but Vegeta's going to be very comparable to Goku in this fight, in this tournament, I'd assume.
Yeah, unless Goku's that much stronger than
Even
Hit.
I think that he'd only be a little bit stronger than Vegeta, but we haven't seen any evidence to go with that or disprove it. So, but do you want my rankings here?
Well, we're gonna go through down, and then we'll go down. If you agree or disagree, obviously we can talk about it. But before I go any further, I want to talk about Boltamo. Boltamo, what makes Boltamo so interesting here is you could literally place him anywhere in this ranking, because Boltamo's ability, according to what Jocko said, is that he can take punches, kicks, shots, and deflect the energy to other realms. That to me makes him A, the most durable, and B, one of the most dangerous and hard to beat. I think Boltamo, if you were to be playing this in Dokkan or an RPG, would have the highest defense of anybody in this tournament, other than maybe Hit. However, Boltamo, of course, has very bad balance, and you can always make the case that, well, Goku did not go all out against Boltamo. So do you feel that Boltamo could in any way be stronger than Vegeta, or do you place him in third place, or do you think he's lower than that?
It's extremely difficult to say, because all we saw was Goku, obviously struggling to defeat him, and especially in the anime, the fight was a lot shorter in the anime. Grabs him and throws him out of the ring, and that's how he beats him. So we don't know. But what I can say is Botamo's speed has got to be pretty lacking, in my opinion, for his projectiles, his ki blast. Because Goku's dragging him.
He did eat a Kamehameha to the grill, bro.
He did, but I'm saying as a speed as a factor, which is very important in Dragon Ball.
Yes.
He was shooting blasts at Goku, and Goku wasn't even looking at him when he's dragging him. He's just dodging him. Not even going all out. He's just dodging him with his head, not even struggling to dodge those attacks. And I don't know about his durability. He definitely is definitely the most durable one there. Maybe aside
let's
from
be
Hit,
real.
but we're not sure.
He was fighting Goku. Let's be real. He could probably eat up most of the Z fighters. How would you put him against Piccolo? Do you think Piccolo has a chance against him?
Oh, absolutely not. Piccolo, well, that's a topic that's been answered in other videos before, but Piccolo was not even in the same realm as a lot of the fighters there, in my opinion.
So would you put him in third place then? Hit, Vegeta, then Boltamo?
See, that's hard, because are we talking about overall, quote-unquote power level, even though people like to say power levels are BS?
Yeah, well, power scaling, I guess. Would you put him there, or would you... Because he's the hardest one to figure out, I think.
Yeah, because the only way Goku beat him was by throwing him out of the ring.
Yeah, exactly.
Whether that
we didn't even see him at full power.
Whether that was Goku didn't want to waste energy, or Goku felt like he wasn't going to be able to beat him unless he threw him out. We're not sure of that. So that one's... Yeah. Keep it at number 3, but just for the viewers, know that one is iffy pretty much.
Yeah, he's got an asterisk next to his name, because we haven't seen him at full power, because for all we know, if Super continues on, they have a new villain, and Boltamo ends up joining the Z Fighters, this guy might end up being as strong as Hit when he's angry, when he goes at full strength. We don't know that yet. We don't know. Next up, Frost or Kaba. Now, you made a very interesting point before we started recording this that kind of made sense to me. I originally ranked Kaba higher than Frost, but when you look at the tournament, it seems like... Now, of course, there's different forms, okay? So what we're going to do to simplify this, okay, because Frost has, 4 forms. We haven't seen the second form with the exception of that one little manga panel that came out a few days ago of the concept art from Krillin thinking about Frost. We're going to talk about specifically 4th form Frost and Kaba. When Kaba first came into the tournament, he was still pretty strong, but I would say Frost, based upon Kaba's respect for Frost and what we kind of know about Frost's past, I would say Frost kind of edged him out in his 4th form. And then of course the Poison Dart was also a very cool special ability, much like Vegeta and Boltamo's special ability and hits. But I think with episode 37, with Vegeta helping Kaba unlock the ability to become a Super Saiyan, Kaba may have surpassed Frost. What do you think?
I think going off of base forms here, Kaba would have been weaker than Frost by a decent margin. And the reason I say is if Goku and Vegeta are both, around the same power, Kaba's base was, a very good fight for Vegeta.
Now, and we're talking about Saiyan Beyond God or whatever. We're talking about these guys do have the God Ki inside of them. They haven't used it as effectively as you would think, but it's in there. So yeah, this guy is pretty strong on his base. But of course, that begs the question: why the hell did it take him so long to turn Super Saiyan? Zion brought this up in his review. Like, it's really hard to believe that Universe 6's Saiyans have never been able to do this, but that's the video for another day. Power scaling wise, you think that 50 times multiplier, if that's what it is in Universe 6, put him above Frost, right?
Absolutely, because if you look at Goku had to go Super Saiyan to beat Frost, regardless of what anyone tells you, because the dialogue there and the way they fought made it pretty clear that Goku had to go Super Saiyan to defeat Frost. He was trying to conserve energy, so he only went Super Saiyan to beat him. He didn't go any further. If he was going to conserve energy, obviously he would have stayed in his base form. But Super Saiyan Goku easily dominates Frost. And if Vegeta's around the same level as Goku, that means Vegeta would easily dominate Frost, which he did, but, weakened Frost, obviously. But, a fresh Frost he would have easily dominated. And Kabe was still, even though Vegeta was, testing him, he's still around that realm, and I think it's enough of a boost to put him above Frost, and there's no question in my mind about that. So Super Saiyan Kaba would most certainly, in my mind, be above Frost, and Frost would be at last place in terms of the scaling.
That's kind of funny to me that Frieza ends up being the previous villain, and then Frost now the weakest one out of the 5 guys. So is there any way you can scale first form Frost and first form Kaba? I think Kaba wins that one.
Kaba would the thing is, Kaba would have problems with third form Frost. What appears to be third form Frost.
Yeah.
He would easily. I think he'd easily would mop the floor with first form Frost. That's why our power scaling. Who knows what the writers want to come up with? We don't always go in line with the writers think.
Exactly. Now, I do want to get everybody's comments down below. Let us know your thoughts. Obviously, Hit's the strongest. You can't even deny that unless Botamo has some kind of secret that we don't know about.
Yeah. And again, big iffy about Botamo because we don't know. You can put him at third. If you want to put him at last, understandable. We really don't know.
We don't know. You might even be able to put him at second if you think he's got some kind of secret ability. But let us know down below your thoughts. Where does Botamo stand as far as the other 4 guys go? And do you think Kaba is stronger than Frost? Or do you think Frost is stronger than Kaba? I think the evidence does kind of tell us that Kaba, especially after Vegeta's influence, surpassed Frost. So is that, just to recap, your scale, I need to make sure it matches with mine. Hit, Vegeta, Kaba, Frost, and then Botamo's an asterisk, or do you have a different scale?
No, I agree with that. Botamo could either go before Vegeta or in last place. We don't know. But
he's the most
pretty much on the
one.
same. We're pretty much on the same plane here.
I do find it interesting that all these guys have like special abilities. Like Frost has the poison dart, and Vegeta has the lava that he can turn up, and then Botamo has that high defense. I find it interesting that these guys all have special skills, which to me actually have more of a strategic factor in a fight than just being strong. But all right, guys, check out Dragon Ball Nation. I will leave a comment. I will leave a link to his channel down below, and thanks for being here, bro.
No, absolutely no problem. I always love giving my thoughts on Dragon Ball Super, of course.
Always. And check out Josh, and I'll catch y'all down the road. And like I said, let us know down below what you think about the scale, if you would disagree or agree. And if you do disagree, tell me why. Later.